Hello guys, and welcome to another version of this tutorial where we're going to look at family land. Please, before we proceed, don't forget to smash on the subscription button, like and comment of how you see this tutorial going. So let's bash into the notes. So family land, generally family land is that land that is belonging to the family collectively, not by any individual, not by the head of the family, but is belonging to the family collectively. So she started by defining what a family is. Before I go into her note, she explained the family is a smallest unit of a body polity, is a smallest social unit of a body polity, where it consists of the father, his wife or wives and children. Father, his wife or wives and their children. That is what a family is. It does not include the uncle, the aunt, the grandfather, the grandmother, the grandchildren. It does not include. That's not what family is about. So family is more uh, like a like not extended family, nuclear family. It can be polygamous or monogamous. Do you understand? Whether with many wives, that's mono, and with one wife, that's no, whether with many wives, that's polygamous, with one wife, that's monogamous. But it's not extended family. It does not go to extent of grandfather, grandmother, uncle, aunt, niece. No. So the definition of family in this regards as family land is a family which consists of a father, his wife or wives and their children. That's all. So these are the ones that are having family land. Anyone that comes after that is not included in the family land. Do you understand? So a family land is generally regarded as a man, his wife, wives, and children. Dr. Elias described family land as the smallest social unit of units with a body polity. Children are both male and female. You can say children are both and male and female. However, in terms of family property, so now she go further by defining what family property is. Under the native law, family property is a property that is belonging to the family as a unit. It is in its real form undivided interest in land, and until it is determined continue to be held jointly by the entire family as a unit. So it is undividedly an interest that is jointly held by all, and it is until determined by court it will be continuously to be the joint interest of all family as a unit. So that's how family land is just regarded as. So in simple form, family land is that land that is owned by the family completely, which the family consists of the father, the mother, and their children, or father, mothers, and their children. That's all. Or you can say it consists of a man, a wife, and all wives and their children. Okay. The member of the family does not take recognizance of the extended family member, just like I told you. The member of the family can one of the family can that can inherit their father's farm are the collective member. So if you cannot inherit your father collectively, you are not a member. However, the ownership of family property may depend on the manner of its creation and intention of the originator of the family or the original owner of the family. So how could you say this is a family land, or it's belonging to a family? It depending on the creator of the family land and the origin of that family land. Also, a widow cannot inherit the husband's property. It is not in any culture. Widow does not inherit husband's property. Okay. And also, in some Igbo parts, the son is just the male son that inherits. The female daughters do not inherit. Do you understand? So that is how it is. And in cases where family property were created by will, the person mentioning in the will, even if they include outsiders, the will constitute the family and are entitled. So what he's trying to tell you here is, if you create family land by will, there are different ways in which family land can be created. If you create family land by will, and that will include someone that is not a member of the family or someone that is an outsider, then that will not be regarded. It will not be accepted because it goes in contrary with property with customary laws. Do you understand? So that's how what the court decided. In this case, in this Sobesan versus Adebi, A testator writes in his will that his land should be held, like his land should be something like the brother, his brother should be part of that land. Then the court set aside that, and he said is contrary with the conception of native land and custom, as well as good sense, to appoint a person who himself is giving no interest to the property and act as the head of the family. It cannot be so. Do you understand? So in cases where specific name of the children are mentioned among all the children, then these children mentioned only will be entitled to the creation of family property and their descendants. So let's say, for example, the will, the person who created the will mentioned some of the children but do not mention others, then the one he mentioned will be the one to be given the family land. The others will not be the one to be given the family land. So that's it about family land. Now let's go to the creation of family land. I'm going to be dwelling here. I'm not going to be going into Hanot, so I'll just explain. What is creation of family land by intestacy? If you hear intestacy, please make sure you understand that someone who died without leaving a will. You died without saying that this is how your property should be divided. Normally it happens in the northern part. People will die without leaving will, so you died intestate. So what will regulate you if you die intestate is your custom and tradition. You see, if our parents in the northern part of the country dies intestacy, the custom, that's Hausa or Islamic law, will be the one to take over. That's how we'll just go and start sharing the property of our parent. Do you understand? So intestacy means someone that died without leaving a will. So if you died without leaving a will, it is your custom that will regulate the use of property. Automatically, that property you have has become family property. Do you understand? Then will. This one now is opposite of intestacy. You died with a will. So if a person during his lifetime, before dying, he wrote in his book that upon his death, his house should be belonging to family, or so property should belong to family property, then it became family property. Then conveyance. What is the meaning of conveyance? Is when a person has right formally that this is also house should be belonging to, like he registered the house in his son name, in the interest of making that house to become family house. Then the house became family house. Then declaration is just by saying. The difference between declaration and will and declaration is, will is by written and declaration by saying. You declare that this land should be belonging to family when I die. Then people now say, okay, Baba, no matsala. So that is how declaration is. But by will is you write it until you die, then they saw it where you hide it. Don't conquest is a situation where a person went and conquered the people who are there, and they settled down. Then that property became family property. Then settlements, you can settle in a virgin land and that property became family property. So that's it about that. It's very simple here. It's not hard, so I'm not going to dwell into it. Please do well to read that. I've just given you the best explanation possible. So what is the position of a grandchildren in the farm property? Please note, grandchild do not have anything in the family property because he is not a member of the family. What is the position of the slave in family property? It has been noted in the case of chairman LED versus FAHN that slave and other domestic are even chattel, which should be included when sharing property. So they do not, even if you have more than 200 slaves and those slaves has become many, some of them are not even working in your house, they have started earning their own life living. As long as you die, they are your property and your children can inherit them. So that is all about slaves. So I'm going to stop here before I proceed to the nature of member right in property, in family property. So please don't forget to smash on the subscription button for no reason and comment on the comment section. Thank you.